Just as a medical precaution, he's been taken out. A round of applause. He can hear you, folks. Let's give him a hand. Referee Michael Ortega calls a halt to the bout at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of round number 4. The winner, and still the undefeated featherweight champion of the world, Naseem.
So Prince Naseem clocks his 35th victory, 31st by knockout. We continue to look down the road toward the possible matchups with great fighters like Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, and maybe someday at 130 pounds, Diego Corrales and Floyd Mayweather. But now all of those guys have yet another chapter to think about in developing their perceptions of Prince Naseem Hamed.
This is some kind of champion who sits and offers his title available, and all the contenders say no. It's unheard of, and for good reasons. He has power in both hands, and he has the eyes of an eagle.
It's interesting, George. Traditionally, fighters with this kind of talent, they clear out their weight class and they move up seeking new opportunity and money. We talked to Naz yesterday about going to 130 to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Diego Corrales, and he said, hey, wait a minute, haven't I moved up enough? It was a very interesting take, because basically what he was saying is, my talents are maximized in this division.
That's right, and I've never heard it said so cleverly. The guy said, look, I can do it good at this weight, why should I move up when I'm just what I want? The perfect power, perfect leg weight, everything. Why move?
Yeah, in fact, Naz said, hey, is somebody asking Tiger Woods to put on 15 pounds? He's perfect for what he does. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. All right, congratulations. Congratulations, Naz. A question. There was some disputed knockdowns on both sides in this fight.
It's got to be with me, you know. You know I bring drama, excitement. You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope to a knockout. Now, wait. The main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish that Allah makes him nice and safe and there's nothing wrong with him at all. That I first pray for Allah, and I bless him. I want to thank Allah first for my win, for an unbelievable win. I came with a little bit of a sore throat, bit of a husky voice, but I'm ready, man. As you see, no matter what happens here, I've got my faith in Allah, and I will always prevail.
Second round, he hit you twice.
Yeah, I know.
You tripped. Was that a real knockdown? Did you when you remember?
I felt that my feet was a bit off balance, but I give him the shot. Yeah, I think he may should have got that knockdown. But saying that, it's up to the referee.
Right.
But saying that,
all right, maybe we'll be able to get it up here on our screen. But if we can't, there were also one or two occasions when you might have knocked him down, but he sort of draped himself on you and went to the canvas very shrewdly.
How many times did he do that, Larry?
I remember a couple of times at least.
Well, I'll let you know. It was more than a couple of times. Every time I hit him the right hook, it really hurt him bad, and it's done. And that's what I'm telling you. Featherweights with Prince Naseem, when they get hit, it's a whole different story. When they get hit, it breaks the concentration and they get ready to get knocked out. I just hope that they're all safe. That's what I hope.
Well, at the end of the day, or at least of the night, did this kid belong in the ring with you?
You seen the guy knock me down. You seen the guy give me problems in some of the rounds. How can you say that should he be in the ring with me? Of course he should have been in. He's only lost one fight. He's got the same knockout percentage as me. Don't tell me about should he be in the ring with me. I pick out the best. I picked out a fight. I picked a fighter that is basically harder and a better puncher and more dangerous. The Barrera, Morales, all of them guys, and they never came to the table except Augie. Damn, I'm looking good.
All right. Barrera and Morales, many observers feel, will be fights that really define you as the great fighter you want to be recognized as. When do you think you will get in the ring with them, or vice versa?
Listen, I'll tell you, and you know, Larry, that I wanted them in the ring for this fight, and they wouldn't come. Now you can tell there's a little bit of a thing on my throat, but you know what I mean? I came to the ring as a champion, as a 5-year celebrating my reign, and that guy tried to destroy it. But Morales and Barrera will come 2001 when they want it. And when they want it, they'll get knocked out, because I want it now.
Thank you very much. Congratulations for another knockout.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungu fight. Thanking you.
All right, Jim, back to you.
Well, while we wait for the big fights, Prince Naseem is scheduled next to be in the ring November 4 against a mandatory challenger named Istvan Kovac. He's not on that list of all the terrific fighters we want to see Naseem fighting in the years to come. George, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but is there some kind of a helmet that Istvan Kovac could wear into the ring against this guy? Head protector or something?
Larry asked, as far as I'm concerned, the most profound question. In the long run, was this guy supposed to be in the ring with him?
Right.
You know, it took a lot of nerve, but he did ask that, and I'm proud of him for doing it.
Well, hey, listen, and I give Naz credit for being sportsmanlike enough to give all the credit he possibly could to Augie Sanchez within the interview.
Yeah, but
he
Larry,
didn't belittle him.
Pretty brave, Larry.
All right, well, that's
good question.
You want to offer a final word on Naz's performance here tonight and the knockout of Sanchez?
Well, my first thought is that he did in New England what he did in Old England last time. He stopped the guy in the 4th round. But basically, I think that it's an illusion that Augie Sanchez belonged in the same ring with Naz. Augie Sanchez did not have the record of opponents to fight Naz and have a serious chance to be competitive. Yes, he made it interesting for a couple of rounds, but it was clear he was getting hurt. It's like a guy in a mile race who runs out in a fast quarter, and so he's competitive for a quarter. That doesn't mean he's a competitive miler. And Sanchez was not a competitive opponent. He was, as it turned out, I believe, a tune-up for what is going to be another tune-up in Naz's next fight. There are better fighters than Sanchez, who may not be Morales or Barrera, but can give him some more serious competition.
Well, don't tell him that. Tell him only Barrera and Morales can give him serious opposition. Yeah, all right. Meanwhile, a primary piece of business for the evening. We asked you on the website, do you like Naz's theatrical entrances? And as you look one more time at the vicious knockout, which quite properly ended the bout, we will give you the results. Your website responses on the question of whether you like Prince Naseem's theatrical ring entrances. 55% of you say no, only 45% say yes. We will forward the results to Naz and his handlers immediately. We'll have a final word about boxing in just a moment. Right now, let's look at some upcoming programs here on HBO.
Strong, spirited, and on the road to greatness. That's the heart and soul of Boxing After Dark. Now, one of the best young fighters in the world, undefeated champion Fernando Vargas, fresh off his domination of Ike Forte, defends his junior middleweight title against top contender Ross Thompson. Plus, rising young star undefeated Vernon Forrest and veteran contender Raul Frank battle for the vacant world welterweight title. Vargas versus Thompson, Forrest versus Frank. Live Saturday, August 26th. And just a week later, more great Boxing After Dark action returns. Saturday, September 2nd with the sensational undefeated champion Eric Morales. HBO Boxing After Dark.
Dan, if you're going to be a part of the Inside the NFL team, it's critical that you understand our game plan.
First, the formation. Nick is wide left, I'm split right, and Lenny and Chris, they sort of clog up the middle. You're in the rookie seat. Know your assignment, get the job done, no mistakes.
And another thing, Dan, no slouching. Sit up. Now look at the perfect form that Chris displays here.
The hand gesture. Never speak without a hand gesture. And you've got to come up with your own signature move. Something like this.
And Dan, you have to begin every sentence with, when I played the game, because the viewers love that.
Okay, let's practice. You've got to be ready for anything.
Dan Marino, looking to make his mark on Inside the NFL. Premieres Thursday, August 31st on HBO.
Now, when I played the game.
On a serious note, one final word on Augie Sanchez. He has been taken to a nearby medical facility called Bacchus Memorial Hospital. We are told that Augie was talking with his father-in-law as he was taken out of the arena, and the hope is that all of the medical care which was taken with him was entirely precautionary. Certainly, we expect to be able to learn more in the next 24 hours. September 9, boxing fans are in for a unique programming doubleheader. During the afternoon, HBO's KO Nation comes back with heavyweight sensation Clifford Etienne appearing once again, and Bronco McCart in a rematch against Winky Wright. Clifford Etienne and Bronco McCart against Winky Wright on KO Nation September 9. And then, later that evening, TVKO brings you Roy Jones Jr. defending his world light heavyweight championship against Eric Harding. Jones looks for a spectacular performance against Harding, who upset Antonio Tarver to get the chance. If you've been with us this evening on HBO's World Championship Boxing, you saw a knockdown, drag-out battle between Antonio Diaz and Mickey Ward in the first fight, eventually won by Diaz on a unanimous decision. A courageous performance by the young man who came across country from Coachella, California, to beat the New Englander in New England. And then, despite being knocked down, and it was ruled a slip, but you heard him say it was really a knockdown, by challenger Augie Sanchez, Prince Naseem Hamed delivered a devastating series of hard punches in a crescendo, climaxing with that combination right there, and knocked out Augie Sanchez for his 31st KO in 35 fights. Coming up immediately following our show, stay tuned for Oz on the East Coast and the premiere of The Right Temptation on the West Coast. And now for the entire HBO crew, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from Mashantucket, Connecticut. The executive producer of HBO Sports is Ross Greenberg. Tonight's edition of World Championship Boxing was produced by Dave Harmon and directed by Mark Payton. The feature producer was Thomas Odelfeld. Associate Director Max Siegel. Assistant to the producer Thomas Huffine. Production Manager John McCallie. Technical Supervisor Roy Otaki. And the Technical Director was Doug Getz.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the network